Effective now, all public meetings with St. Tammany Parish government are hereby canceled and will be continued when the pandemic subsides and we're able to conduct business with parish meetings. This includes parish council meetings, parish planning and zoning meetings, Board of Adjustment meetings. As I said earlier, the permit office will be closed to the public and other departments will be closed, but that business may be done online or by telephone. Camp Selman will be closed, which is a parish park. We are working closely with St. Tammany Corp., our economic development partner, to determine the needs that we'll be facing and what resources we can gather moving forward. I want to remind our citizens that the St. Tammany Parish schools, beginning tomorrow, will be offering grab-and-go hot lunches and prepackaged breakfasts for the students of St. Tammany Parish. That will be done from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at our 8 area high schools. The St. Tammany Parish Tourist and Convention Commission is working hard to support the people and businesses that depend on tourism. The St. Tammany Parish Library, all branches are closed this week, and further notice will be given regarding the opening of the libraries. I'm also giving updates from some of the municipalities in St. Tammany Parish. We have 8 municipalities within our 900 square mile jurisdiction in St. Tammany, each governed by a mayor. We've received notices from some of the municipalities, including Slidell. City offices are closed to the public, public meetings are canceled, and all city playgrounds, parks and gyms, and the municipal auditorium are closed. In Mandeville, city offices are closed to the public. Public meetings are canceled. The community center, Saturday market, and trailhead will be closed effective immediately. All concerts are canceled until the week of April 13th, 2020, or until further notice. That comes from Mayor Donald Villery of Mandeville, and the Slidell notice came through a declaration from Slidell Mayor Greg Cromer. In Covington, the public council meetings have been canceled. In Folsom, city offices are closed to the public. Abita Springs, city offices are closed to the public. As we know, the governor yesterday made a declaration and closed or recommended the closing of theaters, bars, restaurants, gyms, and restricted, of course, the restaurants to dine-in customers, but has allowed and encouraged drive-through, curbside pickup, and delivery. I want to thank all the restaurants and businesses here in St. Tammany Parish for complying and adapting to these recommendations or directives. I've seen on Facebook where many of our local restaurants and businesses are advertising to the public so that we can continue to patronize them, as we know that it's important to keep our local businesses open and support our local restaurants. I ask our citizens to please remain calm and continue to rely on credible sources that you get from St. Tammany Parish government, that you can get from the website coronavirus.gov and the CDC.gov website as well. I would like to invite our citizens to view a special edition of our own Healthy Living series with Dr. Michael Hill. He is an infectious disease specialist. Access St. Tammany television station. You may view it at our website, stpgov.org, Facebook. That's Healthy Living with Dr. Hill. Going forward, we will continue to do updates through press releases or through our own TV access St. Tammany, where we'll put it out to the public. And we will push out our updates on social media and our website as well. To my left is the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Operations for St. Tammany Parish.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to assure you that all our public safety entities, and they're active. Okay, what I ask you to do is only call 911 for those emergency calls. Our 911 system with trying to get information about the coronavirus. The EOC, we would do what we would call a virtual partial activation. Those selected agencies have already been identified. Address this response has already become available with the signing of the National Declaration. That means that measures that we're taking right now on what you call Category B in response to this for protective measures, there is funding available. I can't stress enough that we want you to heed what's been said. Stay home. Help us contain the spread of this virus. Can't stress that enough. Take this serious, but stay home, contain, help us get a hold to this thing. And with that.
Thank you, Clarence. And I want to stress as well that we are in constant contact with all of our health public agencies, our parish-wide agencies, the Sheriff's Office, that continues to keep our parish safe. We're here to keep our public updated as new information is given to us. Senator Patrick McMath, who is here today, he wanted to give us an update from the state government representative.
Thank you, President Cooper. Given the large amount of children in St. Tammany Parish that are on school meal assistance programs, I wanted to come here today and read a statement that was just released from the Louisiana Department of Education and legislative leadership. Over the past few days, we've heard from some of you regarding the assessment and school meal service GOSEP to monitor the COVID-19 outbreak and provide information and updates as they become available. We are also keeping in contact with school governing authorities to provide updates and offer assistance and information on meal plans from the USDA as their guidance is communicated to our staff. As you all know, the President and Congress are working diligently to contain the pandemic outbreak and pass legislation to help our country forward. Through Proclamation 2020-27, provisions have been waived regarding the required minimum number of instructors for the 2019-2020 school year. Yesterday, Bessie President Sandy Holloway and House Education Committee Chairman Ray a list of additional statutes to be waived via his executive authority. As far as school meals go, our nutrition to ensure that Louisiana students will receive meals during this time. Right now, nearly all of our schools offer breakfast and lunch to students, and I believe that includes some St. Tammany Parish as well. Yeah. Our nutrition to get an operation up and running, and they will have all end goal to feed our students and start feeding them imminently. I'm asking and moving quickly during this time of crisis. If you are aware of nonprofits serving meals in your area and parents are in quarantine direction until some of our schools can get the operations running. Again, St. Tammany Parish has those up and running. Lastly, don't forget believes.com/resources/COVID-19. Feel free to tell constituents to check authority websites for updates as well. And don't forget that most of these schools use Facebook and Twitter to get information. As far as the legislative session goes, widely reported that we gavelled out of session yesterday afternoon, and we are set to reconvene at my office as well as the majority of the other offices in St. Tammany Parish are up any of the questions and concerns that the constituents may have. So we're going to continue to work closely with Mayor Cooper, the government, as we work through this difficult time. So thank you very much. Please wash your hands.
Ask our citizens to take the precautions that we continually to repeat: wash your hands, and please know that the reasons for taking these steps is of the coronavirus in our communities at a minimum. These are sacrifices that we're all making. Sacrifices. Are there any questions from the media? Sarah?
Some workers are going to be sent home to work remotely. Do you have an idea what the number of that is, or the percentage of your workforce that you send home?
We do not have. We will have workers that are able to work remotely doing so. We will have all of our offices to serve our public and to keep government working. And we'll also offering those who have to take the opportunity to do so without using their accrued time. So we're offering all options, always the opportunity to do what's best for them and their families.
Any word on positive?
No, I do not have any word on that. That information can best be obtained from the LDH website.
It's by the grace of God and good government, you're doing something right. Do you have any idea how many tests have been done altogether?
We do not. I believe because of the nature of our parish, we're a 900. We don't have the concentration of population like we do in some of the other larger metropolitan areas around here. And I believe we're not seeing a spike. We're seeing a gradual increase, but hopefully that will flatten out and start to go.
It's hit all of us.
Well, obviously, I'm staying away from large groups, gatherings of over 10. My hands regularly. I'm avoiding and canceled all face-to-face appointments with the public, and that's been the most difficult with our constituents. I've been meeting with other consultants and such, but I've had to limit the face-to-face.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
What I wanted
Yes.
to ask was, I'm sure a lot of your friends, so has that affected who can come to work and who can't because they have to stay home with their kids?
Well, again, not just here at parish government, but I know that that's happening with Tammany Parish. The caregiver, the caretakers, the husband, the wife, taking care of the children, I'm sure. Everybody is experiencing that. And those that have to do so without any sacrifice from what they've done in sick time and vacation time. Yes, sir. Dave.
You mentioned some drive-through testing.
What about drive-through?
Food.
Food.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do not believe. I was on a conference call this morning, and the question came up about the pilot for drive-through testing in the greater New Orleans area, Jefferson Parish, that will be offered. And I believe, again, that's because of the nature of those communities, of population in those areas. There will be no drive-through, as I know at this time, for St. Tammany Parish. Yes.
Council meetings are closed, as well as just other things. Is there anything like across the board you could say like strictly closed, just like in general? Because
Well, that's a very good question. St. Tammany Parish has jurisdiction to meet public meetings over the unincorporated areas, so the municipalities dictate their meeting schedules. All public meetings will be continued or postponed until this pandemic is over. The restrictions on restaurants, the restrictions on gyms, the opening of gyms or the closing of gyms, banks, venues that draw large crowds should be closed. The order has been given by the governor to do so. So those are the types of general across the board. The fishing pier at this time remains open. that made a determination on that.
And what about the trace?
The Tammany Trace is open as well. But I want to reemphasize that Action Park here at Coop Drive is closed. Typically the public parks, sanitation to make sure that the playground is clean. If we cannot work for us, we're deeming those locations closed.
Mr. President, sorry if I'm repeating a question, but how are they prepared?
Well, great. In our last press conference, we had representatives of our healthcare facilities here, Tammany Parish, and each and every one is prepared to accept and isolate those that may have the flu-like symptoms and are ultimately tested to be determined if the Oshner, St. Tammany Health System, Lakeview, the quality healthcare facilities that we have here, and plus a number of for those who are feeling the flu-like symptoms that are available to us.
Do you know if the six cases ever?
But I'm not sure about that. Well, thank you very much. I want to let the public know that we will continue to give updates, again, whether it be in this and other social media, or might even be through Access St. Tammany, which we'll be able to do, and other videos that may be shared with the public. Thank you again for coming and covering this. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mike, can I follow up? I want to ask you, but I couldn't ask it on here.
Thank you, Mike.
In light of what's going on right now, are y'all going to ask for continuance of that April 14th hearing on the amendment? I mean, I would push from the plaintiff saying that they think that.
No, it's about deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can't.